What's going on, everybody? Let's talk about CM Punk. There's been a lot of reports going on about CM Punk. Obviously, the last time we saw him on a wrestling program, or even just in the media, was at the All Out Media Scrum. He ripped Hangman Adam Page. He ripped the Elite. He ripped Colt Cabana and his mother Marcia. And then he got into a backstage fight with the Elite, and Ace Steel allegedly bit Kenny Omega. Earlier this week, there was a report by Dave Meltzer in the Wrestling Observer newsletter, and it was later confirmed by Fightful. He is in talks with AEW not only about his future, but he's also in talks about a potential contract buyout. This buyout would eliminate the years remaining on his existing deal, and really the only hang-up right now is the non-compete period of said contract. It was reported that the reason that it's interesting that there's a non-compete aspect of this deal is because it indicates that WB would be interested in having Punk back, or Tony Khan is concerned that Punk could go back to his former employer, this time not working under Vince McMahon, this time working under Triple H. Because there's no other wrestling promotion out there that could afford him and what he was making in AEW. So for a minute, let's take away from, okay, Punk is pretty much done in AEW. And no one from the locker room reportedly wants him back. Triple H, on the other hand, is said to be someone who, if it makes sense creatively, and if it makes sense financially, and it's going to draw money, then he's open to anything and everything. Punk did talk a lot of trash about Triple H when he left WWE in 2014 on his shoot promo interview, whatever you want to call it, with Colt Cabana. And that led to a lawsuit. I can see Triple H wanting him back because he's a name, right? And Triple H is trying to prove that, hey, he can do this. He can replace Vince. I just don't see it. I think Punk is gonna be remembered for someone who, what could have been. What could have been CM Punk in AEW? What could have been CM Punk as a top guy again? He came in and worked his way up the card for a year. And once he was on top and he won the world title for the first time, he got injured. He came back. He won it again. And the same night that he won it for a second time is the same night that was the end of, his time in AEW. I think CM Punk and these WB rumors, they're very interesting, but I don't think they lead to anything. But what could have been for CM Punk in AEW? That's a question I think a lot of people will be asking for years to come, including Phil Brooks.